You're watching JD's Variety Channel.
Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to the video. Before I get to the main portion of the coin tutorial, I wanted to show you what one of these nickels I'm going to explain sold for. And this was back on October 14th. It's the 1937D three-legged buffalo nickel in MS65, which is a really high grade. And you can see the sale price there. It went for $24,500. So I just wanted to show that. You can take a look at the big close-up there. And I got some nickels on hand that I'm going to do some comparisons with. So let's get right to it. It is time to seat thyself back in the coin throne. So without further ado, let's show you guys how to identify some rare buffalo nickels and a few other tips and tricks as well. So I'm doing this on the fly, so bear with me. I got some great examples here. First off, before I even start, I'm not going to do a full tutorial on this. I'm going to put a link in the description to a video I made last year. I have this product here called Nick-A-Date Date Restore, and I want to let you know I'm not sponsored. I'm not trying to pump a product. I do not make any money from showing this to you guys. But right here, basically, this only works on dateless nickels. You can't do this on silver, you can't do it on pennies, and do not do it. You will completely destroy your coin. But I have a buffalo nickel here that the date is worn off. They are notorious for having the date area rubbed off. So while I'm doing the tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how I can restore the date on this buffalo nickel with this acid. And when the tutorial's over, I'm going to go wash it off under the sink, and we should be able to see the date. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little blob of this right on the date area there. You really don't want to put that much, but for the sake of doing this one-handed, that'll do. You just want to make sure that acid completely covers the date area. So, while that's baking over there, I'm going to explain how to check for this three-legged buffalo nickel and show you something else as well. So here I have two 1937 buffalo nickels in pretty nice condition. Got the bold full dates, nice lettering. Just nice kind of like mid to high grade coins. Probably in about the VF range. Anyhow, the two of them, first of all, this is an error that was only made in Denver. So that's the first thing you have to check for on your nickel. And how you check that is below 5 cents on the back. You want a coin that has that little D there. I'm sure you can see that right there under where it says 5 cents. Whereas this coin does not have a D, and that means it was made in Philadelphia. And also if it has an S, that means it was minted in San Francisco. Now the next thing you want to look for is on that rare coin. So here's the one with the D. It's the buffalo is missing the leg. Its front leg, I should say. So if you have a coin, a buffalo nickel that's dated 1937, has the D mint mark, and the buffalo is missing the leg, you are into some good money. So that is how you check for the 1937D three-legged buffalo nickel. Now, something else to show you guys. Like I said, buffalo nickels are notorious for having the date rubbed off, especially on the older ones, which is why I would suspect that this coin that we're cleaning off here is probably going to be from the teens, anywhere from 1913, 1919, probably around in there. Could be from the early 20s. My guess would be probably one of the more common ones would probably be like 1918 or 1919, something around in there. But anyway, I want to show you how you, even without acid, how there's a specific date buffalo nickel that you can identify even if the date is rubbed off. 1913 is the first year that buffalo nickels were minted, and during that year they did a design change. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of these to show you this. This is how the majority of most buffalo nickels were made. You can see here this mound that the buffalo here is kind of standing on, or I wouldn't even call it a mound, but it's flat right here. You can just see a straight line across. Now in 1913, part of the way through the year, they changed the design. Now here is a first year issue 1913 buffalo nickel in beautiful condition. This one has a D mint mark, and it's actually a quite rare one too. This is in almost uncirculated condition. It's absolutely beautiful. It has the Denver mint mark on the back. full horn. This is actually about a $55 coin. It is an absolute beauty. But what I wanted to show you here is compared to this nickel, you see how it has the flat mound. You can see this buffalo is standing on a different type of mound. It's kind of like raised up. There's no distinct line going across. If you have a buffalo nickel that you can't read the date on, but it has this raised mound on the reverse, it is automatically a 1913 because that is the only year of the raised mound. All right, so that is it for the tutorial. Just a couple basic things how to check for a rare coin and a tip on the first year issue. But now we're going to go ahead and take this nickel and run it under the sink. But I can actually already see the date under the acid. I don't know if you can. It looks like it says 1915. But let's go ahead. You really don't want to get this on your hands. And we're going to take this into the bathroom. Let me set this down carefully. This is all one-handed, so bear with me. I'm going to carefully wash that off, and then you want to make sure if you do this in your sink, you clean the sink real well, because this will stain it yellow, and you don't want that. Probably not good for your pipes. So we will wipe her off. Come on now, don't fight with me. Get the water off of there. The lighting's bad in here, excuse me. So let's get this back over in the light. Let's see if you can see the date on here better. There it is. 1915. And it's kind of weird how the acid did that. It actually kind of makes it look like an 8, but no worries, that is not 1815. Buffalo nickels were minted from 1913 to 1938. So over the years, I used to restore the dates in these nickels, especially the ones with mint marks, and sell them on eBay just years ago. We're talking like 7, 8 years ago. And since tons of people had started doing this and restoring the date on rare coins and things like that, the value of the buffalo nickels that have been acid treated have gone down tremendously since I've been doing this, because a lot of people are doing this now. But there are definitely some rare ones you still want to acid treat, especially any coin with a mint mark can be worth, from the teens, can be worth pretty good money. They're pretty rare. So while we're doing this video, I thought I'd show you guys too. This is a jar of buffalo nickels that I have found metal detecting. I found these all over the last 5 years. And you can see a lot of them get pretty rough after being in the ground. But here's an example of one. And you got to figure a lot of these have been in the ground for close to 100 years. And some of them have been in the ground for right around 100 years. But there's an example of one that isn't too corroded, but they turn red. That's pretty much the original surface of the coin comes off, and they turn red, and then the corrosion's always kind of like a greenish color. But that's about what they look like when they come out of the ground, spending about 80 years down there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, in the description in the comments, I'm going to leave a link to the more extensive video I did on restoring the dates on buffalo nickels. So I hope you leave a like, subscribe, and as always, take care and happy hunting.